You alright?
No, you're alright.
Yeah. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2. It's a new day, a new year, and a new start. 2016 was a vintage year for Coventry United, but the question is, can they start 2017 the same as they ended last year with 3 valuable points? Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the first Coventry United match day of 2017. Liam Cook here, your commentator and your host today. Boxing Day saw the Red and Green seal a knockout victory against local rivals Coventry Sphinx in what turned out to be the final game of 2016 after the trip to Westfield was postponed. They start the new year today here at home at Sphinx Drive against some very tough opposition. A team currently sitting in 4th place in the Midland League Premier Division table, and the side who beat Coventry 4-0 back at Pack Meadow in August. Certainly not the easiest of starts to 2017, but if I know Coventry United, they love a challenge, and that is exactly what they're going to get today. So before we go any further, may I just say to everyone, Happy New Year. Hope you all had a wonderful festive period. All the Christmas decorations are coming down now, and we can get back to our regular lives and back to regular football as well. No silly midweek fixtures, not playing on Fridays or Mondays for a while now at least. If we're going to be playing midweek, it's going to be on Tuesdays from now on, and let's hope that United can start 2017 in the best possible fashion. And as I said, 2016 was a fantastic year for United, although we did lose ex-United manager Edwin Greaves. He sadly left the club and is now working at Brinklow. United won the Midland League Division 1 title. We brought in some fantastic players, and although it hasn't been the perfect start to the Premier Division season, 2017 is a brand new start for everyone, so let's keep our fingers crossed of a good start to the new year. Today's show, as usual, is sponsored by Graham the Plumbers Merchant, operating across the Midlands, supplying all of your bathroom heating and plumbing needs. Check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for store locations and the latest special offers. Right, are you ready for the first team news of 2017? Well, I hope you are, because here it comes. Let's start off with the Red and Greens. Coventry United, number 1, Rich Morris. 2, Pierre Mudim. 3, Ben Valance. 4, Chris Cox. 5, Rob Prinzel. 6, Jamie Coleman. Number 7, Kevin Thornton. 8, Tommy Glasgow. 9, Kai Williams. 10, Ben Mackey. And 11, Courtney Cameron. And on the bench for Coventry United, number 12, Lewis Eisen. 13, Joe Connor. 14, Jean Decory. And number 15, Muzzy Unduna. Right, now the starting lineup for our visitors. Coleshill Town, number 1, Paul Hathaway. 2, Andre Gonzalez. 3, Josh Quainer. 4, Thomas Wheel. 5, Thomas Fishwick. 6, Robert Evans. 7, Corey Carrivers. Number 8, Giovanni Dainty. Number 9, Jordan Nadat. 10, Dean Rathbone. And number 11, a name that you'll probably recognise, number 11, Mikael Beckley, the former Coventry United winger who came from Coleshill back in September. He's now back at Coleshill full-time after a couple of months here at Sphinx Drive. He starts at number 11 for Coleshill today. And on the bench, number 12, Kervin Ellis. 14, Dale Taylor. 15, Matthew Gasper. 16, Tom Cullen. And number 17, Kane Williams. So that is the starting lineup for both Coventry United and Coleshill. And now I extend the warmest of welcomes to the manager Simon Lyons, his players, his coaching staff, and of course the Coleshill faithful who have travelled the short distance over to Coventry this afternoon. A big welcome to everyone associated with the Coleman today. And believe me, Coleshill are not going to be an easy side to beat. They've scored 56 goals in the league this season. Only league leaders Alvechurch have scored more than that. As we said, Mikael Beckley, the former Coventry United man, lines up for Coleshill today. He made 10 appearances for United, scoring 2 goals after joining the Red and Greens in September. He returned to Pack Meadow a couple of months later and seems to be doing very well for himself at the moment. The man to watch out for today, though, except for Beckley, is Dean Rathbone. He is Coleshill's top scorer with 11 goals in 24 league and cup matches. Beckley and Reece Leake are tied for second with 7 goals. Andre Gonzalez leads the way in terms of appearances for the Coleman, playing a part in 32 league and cup matches. And for those of you who are tuning in to Coventry Match Day for the first time, maybe just want to hear some new non-league coverage, well, you are in luck, because we very rarely see boring matches here. From 32 Coventry United matches in all competitions this season, 26 have seen at least 2 goals scored, and there's only been one 0-0 draw in the history of Coventry United Match Day, and we've been going nearly a year now. So believe me, if you're tuning in for the first time today, you're pretty much guaranteed to hear a fantastic game. And if you are tuning in for the first time, firstly, I must say thanks for tuning in, and also you can catch exclusive video highlights of this match tomorrow right here on the Coventry United Matchday YouTube channel. And also don't forget to hit the like button on this video if you are enjoying the commentary, and subscribe to the channel for more exclusive footballing content, including our web series, The Sky Blue Diaries, which we're a little bit behind on at the moment because of the festive period, but we are going to be back on that next week. For those who don't know, we are basically trying to win the Premier League with Coventry City on FIFA 17 career mode, so check that out at half time when we take a short break. But for now, sit back, relax and enjoy the best non-league coverage around. Well, I might be a little bit biased when I say that. We've got a couple of final scores to bring you through at the moment. Middlesbrough 0, Leicester City 0 is a final score from the Premier League. No goals at the Riverside. Hardly surprising. Middlesbrough, of course, are the lowest scoring team in the Premier League. One game currently happening in League One. AFC Wimbledon 2, Millwall 2. That match is nearly at its conclusion. A couple of minutes to go there at Kingsfield. Let's have a look. And that is pretty much it. Those are the only 2 games going on at the moment, but there are plenty of matches happening around the grounds from 3 o'clock. The one we're going to be keeping a very close eye on is the one at the Ricoh Arena, where Coventry City are taking on Bolton Wanderers. The high-flying Trotters travelling to the Ricoh Arena with a pretty sizable following, hearing up to 1,200 fans joining Bolton on their travels at the Ricoh today. And I believe it is Russell Slade's first home match as Coventry City manager. So the best of luck to Russell Slade and the Sky Blues today. And bizarrely, all 3 of the new signings, well, I won't say bizarrely, but all 3 of the new signings for Coventry City, who were signed within the last couple of days, are all starting for the Sky Blues today. Callum Riley, Nathan Clark, and of course Stuart Bevan, all starting for Coventry City at the Ricoh Arena. But there is no place for Jordan Willis, the Sky Blues skipper. We're hearing that is a slight hamstring injury keeping him out, but there are a lot of rumours going around that Willis could be the next player to leave the Sky Blues after Marvin Sordell left to join Burton mid-week. The captain's armband will fall to the experienced Marcus Tudguy at the Ricoh Arena today. And there are also a lot of rumours going around that there could be a new striker coming into Coventry next week, with 2 names: former Leyton Orient player Dean Cox and current Orient frontman Jay Simpson being linked with Coventry City. You know what, I'll take either of them right now, but I'll wait and see what happens with that. But the very best of luck to Coventry City at the Ricoh against Bolton, and we'll bring you exclusive and quick as we get them updates on the match. Whenever we hear of a goal, we will let you know. Take you through the rest of the fixtures for today. Starting in the Premier League, Everton against Southampton. Manchester City have Burnley, a bit of a North England derby there. Sunderland have got Liverpool, and I'm being reliably told that beach balls are banned from the Stadium of Light today. West Bromwich Albion take on Hull City, and the late kick-off sees West Ham take on Manchester United. In the Championship, Birmingham City take on Brentford, who apparently have made a £1.5 million bid for Coventry City midfielder Ben Stevenson. Blackburn are taking on Newcastle United. The matches these two had in the Premier League, my God, I can't believe they're this low in the Championship after all these years. Bristol take on Reading. Burton Albion with their new frontman Marvin Sordell take on Preston. Cardiff City take on Aston Villa. Fulham have got second place Brighton. Happy New Year to you as well, and also, if I haven't said that already, Happy New Year to everyone else. Let's have a look at what other games we've got. Nice little Yorkshire derby, Leeds versus Rotherham. Norwich are taking on Derby County. Nottingham Forest have got Barnsley. QPR versus Ipswich. Sheffield Wednesday versus Wolves. And Wigan take on Huddersfield. In League 2, Bury have got high-flying Sheffield United. Charlton are up against Bristol Rovers. Chesterfield have got MK Dons. Coventry, of course, take on Bolton. Gillingham at home to Oxford. Bradford travel to Northampton Town. Oldham Athletic host Port Vale. Scunthorpe have got Peterborough. Shrewsbury take on Fleetwood Town. Swindon have got Southend, and Walsall host Rochdale. And finally, in League 2, we've got Accrington Stanley against Hartlepool. Barnet versus Plymouth. Blackpool up against Mansfield. Notts County travel to Cambridge. Carlisle host Grimsby Town. That's a bit of a trek for them, isn't it? Colchester have got Cheltenham Town. Crawley at home to Yeovil. Doncaster host Stevenage. Leyton Orient is the destination. Sorry, you're not going to Exeter, I should say. Morecambe have got Crewe Alexandra. Portsmouth host Luton. And Wickham have got Newport. So those are all of the matches being played today across the top 4 divisions of English football, as we can see the players making their way down from the dressing rooms as we get set for the first match of 2017. Of course, the last match of 2016 was a successful one for Coventry United, a 2-1 victory over local rivals Coventry Sphinx. You can catch exclusive highlights of that match on the Coventry United Matchday YouTube channel. And that is now officially our second highest viewed video ever, with over 480 views on that video. So massive thank you to everyone who has got involved and give the highlights a little once over. We're just 4 minutes away from kickoff here at Sphinx Drive. The players are getting set to come down from the dressing room. We will take you through another run through of the starting lineups before kickoff. And of course, we'll try and keep you up to date with everything that's happening elsewhere with Coventry City, Coventry Rugby Club, and all of our local sides.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this Midland Premier League.
Well, I think we are set to go here at Sphinx Drive as the players are going to make their way through, well, I would say the tunnel, but technically there is no tunnel. You know what I mean anyway. And here they come for the first time in 2017. Coventry United make their way onto the Hallow Turf at Sphinx Drive along with their visitors, the Colemen, Coleshill Town. It's live coverage of Coventry United versus Coleshill Town right here on YouTube with Coventry United Matchday with Liam Cook.
Number 5, Thomas Fishwick. Number 6, Robert Evans. Number 7, Corey Hunter.
United in their traditional red, white and green strips, the civic colours of the magnificent city of Coventry. Coleshill in white and blue this afternoon. You can see the United coaching staff, Harry Barnes, Luke Mawson and the manager Terry Anderson making their way over to the dugout. And the manager of Coleshill already in position as the players go through their pre-match rituals, the handshakes. And we get set for the first bit of action of the new year. Of course, today's show is sponsored by our friends at Graham the Plumbers Merchant, operating across the Midlands, supplying all of your bathroom, heating and plumbing needs. Don't forget to check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for store locations and the latest special offers. Right, let's go for another run through the starting lineups for both sides, starting with Coventry United. Number 1, Rich Morris. Number 2, Pierre Mudim. 3, Ben Balance. 4, Chris Cox. Number 5, Rob Prinzel. 6, Jamie Coleman. 7, Kevin Thornton. 8, Tommy Glasgow. 9, Kai Williams. 10, Ben Mackey. And 11, Courtney Cameron. And on the bench, 12, Lewis Eisen. 13, Joe Connor. 14, John DeCoury. And 15, Muzzy Unduna. So that the big loss out of that team for United is top scorer Josh O'Grady. O'Grady scored 9 times this season in League and Cup. He's unavailable for today's match. I'm not sure why, but we do know that he will not be in the starting lineup today, or on the bench for that matter. As the players meet in the centre circle. I believe there's going to be a minute's silence here at Sphinx Drive. The minute of silence impeccably observed there by the fans of Coleshill and Coventry, of course everyone involved with the match as well. We weren't told about the minute of silence before kick-off actually. I'm not sure why the minute of silence was observed. We'll try and find that out for you a little bit later on, but we weren't told about it beforehand. An ex-supporter? Ex-Coleshill striker? Yeah. We're being told it was for a ex-Coleshill striker who has sadly passed away. So now we know why the minute silence was there, and impeccably observed, of course, by both sets of players. Now the dignitaries are out of the way. Let's get into the reason that we're here. The first match of 2017, Coventry United against Coleshill Town, live from Sphinx Drive. And here we go, we are underway with Coventry United kicking from right to left. Tommy Glasgow picks the ball in the midfield onto the left-hand side with Ben Valance. Long ball upfield, looking for Mackie, well cut out, but the former Coventry City striker picks up the ball after a poor clearance from Evans. Valance. Now with Courtney Cameron. Thornton, low ball into the centre circle. Glasgow plays it back onto the left-hand side with Kevin Thornton. Pitch not in the best of conditions. As United give away the ball, and what a chance now for the Coleshill Town striker, and an early goal, is it? Has it gone across the line? I don't believe it has. And the block made by Rich Morris, United still trying to get the ball away here. And eventually the Red and Greens get it away. Jordan Nadat beating the goalkeeper Rich Morris, but the United man on the line just about clearing the ball before it crossed. But a calamitous start for Coventry United. That would have been the worst start to 2017 possible. And the ball put through by Pierre Mudim. Easy gathered by Paul Hathaway, the Coleshill goalkeeper and captain. But what a bizarre start to this match. Within a minute, Coleshill very nearly going 1-0 up. And a free kick given now against Jamie Coleman for excessive holding on Jordan Nadat. The United coaching staff not too happy about it, but perfectly reasonable decision by the referee. It's going to be swung into the box by Thomas Wheel. In fact, no, he's laid it off for a teammate. Wheel again. Here's the right back, Andre Gonzalez. Chips it in, looking for Beckley, and it's gone over everyone, and that will be a Coventry United goal kick. And the Red and Greens will look to gather their thoughts after a shocking start. A goal line clearance within the first minute. But so far it remains 0-0 between Coventry and Coleshill. This bitterly cold January afternoon at Sphinx Drive. Game on Friday, of course, between United and Westfields was actually called off due to a frozen pitch. There were fears about this game this morning, but thankfully there was no pitch inspection needed and the game has gone ahead as planned. They're all put into the penalty area now as Mikael Beckley tries to gather it, and United once again caught napping, but Rich Morris this time able to gather the ball before it could cause any significant danger for the Red and Greens. But United seem to be having a little bit of a sleepy start at the back. Rathbone. Gonzalez takes it past Ben Valence, but Mikael Beckley will not get to that one. Chris Cox to take the throw. Hoops it forward. Williams tries to pick it up, but he's outmuscled by Evans. Cox throws it forward once again, met with the chest of Kevin Thornton. Over to his fellow midfielder, Courtney Cameron. He's got Valence making a run the left-hand side, tries to find Valence, well cut out by Andre Gonzalez. Carivas. He's outmuscled there by Courtney Cameron. Coleman plays it back to Rich Morris in goal. It's been a great start by Coleshill so far. United haven't quite got into the game yet, but it's early days yet. Ball played back to the goalkeeper. He hoofs that one away. Bounces over to Ben Valence. He'll let that one go out for a throw. Carivas was claiming that it was a Coleshill ball. The referee doesn't seem to agree with him and gives a red and green throw. It's hoofed away by Evans once again, but only as far as Chris Cox, the United skipper. Goes to pick up the ball once again to put into the penalty area, just about kept away by Rob Prinzel. Quainer. Down line, he was looking for Beckley, easily cut out by his former United teammate, Pierre Mudim. Now Tommy Glasgow with a rare start today. In the absence of Jean Decory, who has been dropped to the bench for today's game, very nearly sent off in the match against Coventry Sphinx last week. It's put into the penalty area by Ben Valence, no one waiting. And United's first proper move of the match comes to nothing. Score at Sphinx Drive remains at 0-0 after around 5 minutes. I'm being told that is also the same score at the Rico Arena, as Coventry City have got Bolton. Hoofed away by Hathaway, the goalkeeper, towards the opposite penalty area. Rathbone, dispossessed by Glasgow, and puts it out for a Coleshill throw. United starting with what seems to be two strikers up front with Ben Mackey and Kai Williams. We've usually been going for a one main striker in recent weeks, but with both Williams and Mackey scoring against Sphinx, it would have been harsh to keep either of them out of the team. Evans able to hold off Kai Williams and plays it back to the goalkeeper, Hathaway. Hoofed away by the Coleshill captain between the sticks, met by the leaping salmon Chris Cox. United lose out in the midfield as Dainty tries to press on. His cross is blocked by Rob Prinzel. Prinzel plays it back to Rich Morris and the goalkeeper hoofs that one out for a Coleshill throw. United look very nervous at the moment. And it's still 0-0 between Coventry City and Bolton at the Rico. We've just seen the scoreline there. Rathbone. Dispossessed, and Thornton will play a ball down the left-hand side. It's catchable for Kai Williams, but he'll be beaten to the ball by the goalkeeper, who cheekily chips it up and gets it away before Williams can get back to the ball. It looks great when it works. When it doesn't, it makes you look like a bit of a fool, but luckily for Hathaway, he got it spot on. Mudim playing it about with Courtney Cameron. United once again utilising the wing-back formation, 5 men at the back, and the 3 centre-backs. Thornton, Prinzel, Mudim, Courtney Cameron strides down the right, and he's forced out of play well by Giovanni Dainty. The ball goes back to Coleshill, who take the throw in a little bit further down line than it should have been, but the referee allows it to slide. Coleman wins the ball back in the air. Thornton. Mackey. Back to Thornton in midfield. It's forward once again to Ben Mackey. His ball towards the left, well cut out by Dainty. And Hathaway makes the clearance. Nadat. Carivers. Intercepted well by Tommy Glasgow in the midfield of Coventry United. Play back to Rob Prinzel in defence. Score remains at 0-0 as we head towards the 10-minute mark, and Prinzel's clearance deflected out of play by a Coleshill leg. It will be a red and green throw. Prinzel to take. Looking for an option, and he'll find it with Kevin Thornton. And it's gone straight out for a Coleshill throw this time. Not the best of throwing routines for the red and greens. Quainer. Wheels ball forward, cut out well. And the clearance made by Tommy Glasgow towards Williams. Couldn't quite beat the jump of Tommy Fishwick. Gonzalez, the leading appearance holder for Coleshill, puts it into the penalty area. Looking for Dean Rathbone! It just fizzes across the goal. Coleshill with the best of the chances so far. They've never cleared off the line from Jordan Nadat, and now the top scorer, Dean Rathbone, coming agonisingly close to scoring the first goal of the new year. And once again, United seemingly struggling at the back. And you have to say, from the early going, we're about 10 minutes in by now, those 10 minutes have belonged to the Colemen. Morris's clearance only as far as Giovanni Dainty. Wooden tries to win it back. Quainer brings the ball back to Coleshill's territory, but is born to the left-hand side towards Beckley. Cut out by Cameron, but Quainer makes the interception again. Beckley, back to Quainer, making a run down the left-hand side. Back to the former United man, Mikael Beckley. Prinzel gets a touch in it. Can't keep the ball from going to Rathbone. The top scorer forced away from the goal. He needs to find an option on the right-hand side. Here's Wheel. Tried to find the number 7 there, Corey Carivers, who couldn't control the ball. But the United clearance only as far as Andre Gonzalez into the box. Prinzel makes the clearance once again, only as far as a Coleshill man. This time it's Wheel. Now Gonzalez again. Back to Wheel. He's got Beckley in the area. Plays it onto the left with Josh Quainer. Quainer. Beckley. Will he shoot? He puts it on the left-hand side with Quainer, and Moodim puts it out for a Coleshill corner. Coleshill currently in 4th place, 2 places above Coventry United. You can see why. The last time these two sides played each other was a 4-0 win to Coleshill. That was on the 3G surface at Pack Meadow, where Coventry United ladies currently play their football. Corner to be swung in from the left-hand side, but I believe that's Thomas Wheel taking it. And Mooden could have easily cleared the near post, but scuffs his clearance. It's back with Wheel on the left-hand side. Nadat, forced away from the goal by Jamie Coleman, can get shot away, chips it over towards Beckley, and Cox able to get a crucial header on it, and clearance made by Tommy Glasgow. And again, the red and greens looking shaky at the back. Another corner for Coleshill Town. Will they have more success with this one? Let's prepare for it to be taken. In fact, now it's going to be a throw-in. Hooped into the area. Kept in by Chris Cox. But a header from Carivers. Thornton now for Coventry United. And Williams beats the ball by Thomas Wheel. Here's Carivers on the right-hand side. Can he cut in? He's going on his own here. United trying to get this one away, and they managed to scramble the ball away from Giovanni Dainty. Clearance made by Rob Prinzel. Ben Mackey, first touch, gives the ball straight back to Josh Quainer. Beckley. Pressure from behind by Pierre Moodin, wins the ball back. His clearance was a poor one, but United have got themselves a free kick with Beckley using excessive force, trying to win the ball back from Pierre Moodin. United have taken it quickly and are passing the ball around at the back. Thornton eventually finds Courtney Cameron. Moodin. Forward to Cameron once again. First touch a little bit too hard. It's taking the ball out of play. It's still scoreless at the Ricoh Arena between Coventry City and Bolton. Moodin. Cameron over to Kevin Thornton. And the ball to Mackie was good, but the side challenge from Thomas Wheel takes it away. Plays a 1-2 with Carivers and returns the ball to the number 7 on the right wing. Nadat forced onto the right. Can he get the cross in? And a good side challenge from Jamie Coleman, who of course was sent off for 2 yellow cards in the game against Coventry Sphinx. And of course at this level it takes a while to register those suspensions, so he will be available for another couple of weeks. And the corner to be taken by Thomas Wheel on the right hand side. Another opportunity for the Colemen to take an early advantage. It's swung in. Let's just say it wasn't the best corner I've ever seen. It is picked up at towards the far end of the penalty area by Rathbone, who could get the ball back into the penalty area here. Thornton does well to try and force him away. Clearance made, but look at an absolute rocket from Rob Evans, but that was never going to trouble Rich Morris over the crossbar and into the next field. And it remains scoreless after 15 minutes. It was so far been a disappointing display from the Red and Green so far. They certainly don't want a repeat of the 4-0 hammering they received at Pack Meadow back in August. Prinzel beaten to the ball by Nadat. He's got Beckley to the left-hand side of him. Jordan Nadat plays in Mikael Beckley. Initial shot blocked by Kev Thornton. It's kept alive though, playing to the penalty area towards Nadat. Valence able to get the ball away. United starting to find their defensive rhythm. A little bit more confident at the back. Mackie plays it back to the captain, Chris Cox. Chips it over the Coleshill man to Valence. Mackie's chest takes it away from him. But Cox able to make sure the ball doesn't go to Carivers. Dainty tries the ball into Nadat, but it's just gone past the number 9 and will go into the grateful grasp of Rich Morris. Well, Coleshill with 2 gilt-edge opportunities so far. The effort from Jordan Nadat cleared off the line in the first couple of minutes. Then, of course, the effort from Dean Rathbone fizzing across the goal as Gonzalez takes the throw. United appealing for a foul there as Carivers seems to be backing into Chris Cox. Referee gives nothing. In fact, he has called a halt to play now. I believe it's only for a throw. He doesn't need a throw into Coleshill. Evans. Dispossessed by Kai Williams with a big number 6 able to shield the ball from the number 9 for Coventry United and play it back to the goalkeeper, Paul Hathaway. Ball bounces into the United penalty area and Cox able to clear the ball before Nadat can get anywhere near it. And it will be a throw on this near side for Coleshill. A big run up from the Coleshill man. Looking to launch his one in, Wheel lets it go. And Morris spills that one and he's just able to grab the ball before it goes over the line. And Jordan Nadat cheekily hiding under the gaze of Rich Morris, waiting for the United man to drop the ball. Might have worked for Dion Dublin, and it could easily work for Jordan Nadat. Coleman makes the The tackle on that but the ball only finds Mikael Beckley, the former Coventry United man. Darting run down the left-hand side. He's got Nada in the centre. Chips the ball in, and it's taken a touch off Chris Cox, I believe, on the way through, and Cox seems hurt after that exchange with Mikael Beckley. And already a United substitute has been told to go and prepare. Let's hope for Chris Cox's sake that he won't be needed. There is around 20 minutes gone. It remains scoreless. Coleshill certainly with the better of the opportunities so far. Let's try and get a score update for you now from the Ricoh Arena, where Coventry City are taking on Bolton, and it remains at 0-0 between the Sky Blues and the Trotters. Bolton, of course, flying high in the table, but even third place so far. Corner put in, swung towards the far post, just kept in by Rivers, but the clearance made by Ben Vance. The ball flies over the top of the Willie Nibbs Memorial Stand, and the status quo remains. Live coverage of this match between Coventry United and Coleshill here on Coventry United Match Day. Opportunity now for Coleshill in the penalty area, but Dainty is shot blocked well by the United defender, and the clearance has been made. Josh Quainer brings the ball back into United territory. Dainty, and he tried the ball down the left-hand side towards Rivers, but he couldn't keep the ball in. It remains at 0-0 here at Sphinx Drive. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at CovMatchday. Let us know who you think should be our man of the match in the second half. Let's take you through some score updates from the Premier League. Liverpool lead Sunderland by 1-0, and Hull City are beating high-flying West Brom 1-0 at the Hawthorns. Cardiff beating Aston Villa 1-0 at the Cardiff City Stadium. Derby losing away at Norwich. Bury beating Sheffield United 1-0. Bristol Rovers beating Charlton 1-0 at the Valley. Seems that the form looks been turned on its head today. All the big teams losing. And Gonzalez will let that one go out for a Coleshill throw. Williams couldn't quite get to it. Fleetwood leading Shrewsbury by 1-0 in League One. Barnet in front against league leaders Plymouth in League Two. Cambridge leading Notts County 1-0. Colchester 1-0 up at home to Cheltenham. Exeter beating Leighton Orient 1-0. Those are the up-to-date scores from the top four divisions. But it really does seem that the form book has been turned on its head, with all of the high-flying teams losing at the moment. The Coventry United faithful will be hoping that that's the case in the Premier Division of the Midland League, with Coleshill 2 places above United. As we wait for play to restart, with a free kick for Coleshill on the right hand side, around 15 yards into Coventry territory. It's going to be Wheel to whip it in towards the far post. A swing and a miss there for Thomas Fishwick, but it will be kept alive by Giovanni Dainty on the left hand side of the box. Lays it off now for Dean Rathbone to strike. It's been blocked by the head of Chris Cox. Quainer forward to Mikael Beckley. Moodham gets there first, makes the clearance. Will Backy keep it in on the far side of the pitch? No, he won't. He's been beaten to the ball by Evans, and the ball has been deflected out of play off a United man. I believe it was Cameron it came off, so it will be a Coleshill throw on the far side, just inside United territory. But it remains scoreless as we head towards the 25-minute mark on this bitterly cold January afternoon at Sphinx Drive. And the ball across field was aimed towards Andre Gonzalez, but it's drifted out of play for a Coventry United throw. The game seems to have slowed down a little bit over the past 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes were absolutely blinding, with Coleshill the vast majority of the chances coming close to scoring twice. Very close to scoring twice, I should say. Fishwick plays it back to Hathaway, the goalkeeper. He also holds the captain's armband today. Hoofs away the ball towards the centre of the park. Cox leaps for it, gets the ball, but can't keep it away from his opposite number 4, Thomas Wheel. But his forward ball easily dealt with by Rob Prinzel at centre back. Long ball by Prinzel towards Williams, far too powerful for the quick as he may be striker, but he's not quite quick enough to get that one. I think Usain Bolt would have had a problem trying to catch that. Halfway clears, it's met by the header of Jamie Coleman. Cameron to Thornton. Thornton's got Moodham on the right and finds Pierre Moodham. Williams making a run, but he's straight offside, and the referee calls offside against Ben Mackey now as the big number 9 strides too far too early. Cox. His header only finds Jordan Nally. He shoots into the penalty area, looking for Dean Rathbone. Can he make his way past the last defender? It's still Rathbone, forced away by Tommy Glasgow, and it will be a goal kick. Once again, Coleshill showing their attacking might. But luckily for the Red and Greens, Rathbone just couldn't get his shot away, and Glasgow did well to pressure Coleshill's top scorer into a mistake and guide him into touch. 25 minutes gone at Sphinx Drive in Coventry. It's still United 0, Coleshill 0. Quite how it's still 0-0, I'm not sure, but that's the way it goes at the moment. Mackey gets his head to it only as far as Evans, the centre-back for Coleshill. But his up and over ball straight out for a throw in front of the dugouts. And it will be a throw to Coventry United, taken by Ben Vallance. Here's another Ben Mackey. Cox. It's back in United's half. They've got to try and find getting this ball at the right end of the pitch. Prinzel. Coleman, plenty of space now to work with. Coleman's long ball, it's not going to go to a United man, it's going to drift harmlessly back into the Coleshill box and be dealt with by Paul Hathaway. Quainer. United just can't seem to build anything at the moment. Coleshill have just look like a cohesive unit going forward. United just look like a bunch of strangers at the moment. Rathbone. Nadat. He was striding through a sea of red, but a side challenge from Coleman was timely to say the least. Rob Prinzel takes the ball away from the United box. Ball down the right-hand side, looking for Pierre Moodham. He's got the space to work with. Puts it into the box. Fishwick able to make the clearance. It's come back to Pierre Moodham. And once again, United lose out. Thomas Wheel just shrugs the United right back off the ball. Ball onto the left-hand side towards Mikael Beckley. And it's volleyed out of play by Rob Prinzel. Wheel. Taking on Kevin Thornton here. Ball played onto the right-hand wing with Andre Gonzalez. Slides in on Ben Vallance and again doesn't get the ball on either occasion. United tried to come away with the ball. A force back by both Gonzalez and Carivers. Moodham tries to tap the ball down to Thornton, but he's dispossessed by Mikael Beckley. Long ball to Nadat, takes it around Jamie Coleman. He'll keep it in just about. He's forced away from the box. Lays it off to Beckley, formerly of Coventry United, of course. Wheel. And his first touch is too heavy, and Courtney Cameron got the ball. It was held back by Wheel, so it will be a Coventry United free kick. It remains scoreless at the Ricoh Arena between Coventry City and Bolton Wanderers. No goals for the Sky Blues so far. But there has been a goal at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 1, Liverpool 1. The Black Cats equalising through a Jermaine Defoe penalty. And also Birmingham leading Brentford by 1 goal to 0. It's former Coventry City striker Lukas Djukovic. Quainer. Dainty held as he tried to make his way away from Kevin Thornton, but he's still got the ball. Plays onto the right-hand side now with Carivers. He's going on his own. Here is Carivers. He'll try one, and well, as we say on match day, you don't win the raffle if you don't buy a ticket, but some tickets are better than others, and that wasn't a great one. To be fair, drifted wide at the far post. I believe he was aiming for the top corner of the net rather than the top corner of the pitch, but not the worst effort I've ever seen. I've certainly seen worse. It remains at 0-0 as we've had just under half an hour at Sphinx Drive. The Coleman certainly with the better of the attacking chances so far. Wheel lets that one go to Evans. Mackie tries to force the ball back to United. Gonzalez, ball down the right-hand wing, and it will drift out of play for a red and green throw. And Valence takes one quickly. Here's Kai Williams on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Fishwick with a push there. It's got to be a free kick, it is. Definite free kick. Fishwick just shoving Williams in the back. I'm surprised that the referee has not decided to brandish a yellow card. It is his first offence, but it was a pretty bad one. And it will be Kevin Thornton to take this set piece on the left-hand side. It's usually between Thornton and Josh O'Grady as to who is taking the set pieces. O'Grady not here today. So it will be Thornton to swing it in. He's got Courtney Cameron, Ben Mackey, Chris Cox and Kai Williams all waiting in the box with Glasgow and Moodham on the edge of the area. Swung in by Thornton towards the far post. Easy head away by Evans, but it will come to Glasgow on the edge of the box. He'll strike. Blocked. It's come back to Chris Cox. Lays it off for Pierre Moodham. It's blocked well by Fishwick. And that will go out for a corner ball to Coventry United. The last touch came off Evans. The initial block made by Fishwick. Cameron. Thornton. Thornton goes to ground. The assistant flags for the free kick. And United with another opportunity, with another set piece. At the moment, set pieces seem to be the only way United have got a chance of scoring. They just can't seem to string anything together going forward. And Coleshill have got to get United away from their penalty area because Mackey and Williams are both very dangerous in front of goal. It's swung in, it's found Williams, it's still in there. Williams tried to swing the ball towards the net but couldn't make a clean contact on it. Cameron. Moodham, he'll try one, and it's blocked with the head of Andre Gonzalez. And Glasgow taken out there by Carivers. Both men sticking their boots in the air, going for the ball. Glasgow caught by the Coleshill number 7. Glasgow seems to be okay. But the referee may well want to have a word with Coleshill's Corey Carivers. It is going to be a free kick, and it's in a favourable position for Kevin Thornton. Cameron also standing over it. Rob Prinzel there as well. We've seen Prinzel score from a free kick this season. And Glasgow in there as well. 4 options for the Red and Greens. Are not showing their hand just yet. It does look like it's going to be Thornton. Four-man wall for Coleshill. Trying to block Thornton's free kick. And it goes straight into the wall. Thornton keeps it alive though. Cameron chips it towards the left. Prinzel can't get his head on it, but he's offside. He's interfered with play, so the referee gives offside. Coleshill try and take it a little too quickly. And it's a good job for United as well, because Beckley was racing into free space on the left-hand side. And the United only had 2 men back, so it's a good job the referee did call Coleshill back. Otherwise it could have been 1-0 to Coleshill. 15 minutes from the end of the first half. We will be taking a short break at half-time to swap over the laptop batteries to ensure we can bring you the second half in its entirety. So we will be going off air for a short period at half-time. Valence slides in, trying to dispossess Carivers. But Coleshill had the ball back once again. It's fired into the Willie Nibbs Memorial Stand by Ben Valence. The score remains at Sphinx Drive, Coventry United 0, Coleshill Town 0. It's going to be Thomas Wheel to hoop this one into the penalty box. Cox is heading it, but it will fall to Jordan Nadat, and it's in! And Jordan Nadat opens the scoring at Sphinx Drive. And the Coleshill number 9 scores the first goal of 2017 at Sphinx Drive, but it's not at the end of the pitch that United would have wanted. Well, Cox got the header on it, drifted over towards the far side of the penalty area. It came to Nadat, who tried one at goal. It seems as if it was going to be a harmless effort, but it managed to bundle its way into the far bottom corner. And now that makes it 1-0 to Coleshill. Around 10 minutes from half-time. Certainly not the start to the new year that United wanted, and that's not the start to the next period of the game that United wanted, as Coleshill got the ball forward once again after a pretty poor kick-off. But here comes Courtney Cameron. Striding down the right-hand side. He's got Williams with him. Can't find Williams. It's poked out of play by Fishwick. But Jordan Nadat's goal means it's Coventry United 0, Coleshill Town 1. Moving to take the throw in. Here's Kai Williams. Plays it back to the right back. Moving back to Williams. Williams bundled to the ground. Referee says no foul. Williams seems to go down a little easily. Clearance made by Josh Quainer. Coleman heads it up rather than out. It's come off the shoulder of Kevin Thornton, but Beckley still tries in vain to win the ball back. A little bit of a push in the back of Thornton. Referee says no foul. Cameron. Vance making the run on the left-hand side. Cameron didn't see him and cuts it into the centre circle with Tommy Glasgow. Chips it forward. Quainer with the header only as far as Courtney Cameron. Cameron still going. Courtney Cameron. It's into the area. Williams. Cameron goes down. Appeals for a penalty. Referee says no. And Evans strides away with the ball. The centre-back lays it off to Andre Gonzalez on the right-hand side. Through the centre to Nadat. Holds off Jamie Coleman as he waits for support. Onto the right once again with Gonzalez. Carrivers with space on the right. He's found Carrivers. Ball to the area. Dealt with at the near post by Jamie Coleman. And the clearance made by Valance. Mackie out-muscled by Evans. It's not often you can say that. Glasgow. Now Valance. I've got to try and get this ball away from their own penalty area. Kevin Thornton, formerly of Coventry City, of course. He's a 1-2 with Moodham, but the return ball only as far as Dainty. But Coleshill themselves struggle with their passing accuracy and play it out towards the right-hand side of the pitch for a throw to Coventry United. Moodham takes to Kevin Thornton. You know, they've certainly got some work to do in the second half if it stays like this. Morris makes the clearance only as far as Thomas Wheel. But Williams makes the interception before the ball can get to Quainer. Williams forced to the ground though, and Wheel chips it onto the left-hand side where Mikael Beckley is waiting. Can he get the cross in? 3 United men around him. He's blocked up by Moodham, but he'll retain possession. Quainer's there with him. Plays it into the centre with Giovanni Dainty. Long lofted ball over to Gonzalez on the right-hand side. Just manages to control it with his chest. Gonzalez swings it in and easily dealt with by Rob Prinzel at the far post, and he strides away from the box. Prinzel tries to find Kai Williams, and it's taken a touch off. I believe that came off Quainer, and will go for a Coventry United throw. Cameron. Chip pass towards Valance, a little bit too chipped for the left-back's liking. It'll drift out of play for a Coleshill throw. So Coleshill with the lead. 1-0 at the moment. Gonzalez plays it back to Hathaway, who slices that clearance horribly. And Evans has no choice but to tap it out of play. It will be a throw to Coventry United, taken by the captain, Chris Cox. It's not the best of throws, and Gonzalez hits it straight out, but Cox will get another bite to the cherry. Up line to Ben Valance. Stabs it over to Mackie. And Mackie shoving the number 8, Giovanni Dainty, as he tried to regain the ball. Referee calls him up on it, and it will be a free kick to Coleshill, as we're running out of time in the first half at least. Coleman slides in, but the ball still bounces its way over to Mikael Beckley on the left-hand side. Cross is put in, and that's 2-0! And the crucial touch comes from Corey Carrivers. Beckley's low cross, side-footed home by the number 7. And things get even worse for Coventry United at Sphinx Drive. United 0, Coleshill 2. Coleshill getting lucky there, the ball bouncing over to Beckley on the left-hand side, but the former United man doing exactly what was necessary with a fantastic low cross. And of course, Carruthers had a lot to do to put the ball into the net, but he got the finish. He got the contact that he needed. Morris couldn't keep it out, and the Coleman doubled their lead. And with just over 5 minutes to go until half-time, the Red and Greens have got a lot of work to do now to rescue a point from this game. Cameron, as United get the game underway once again. Chris Cox chips the ball over to the right, intercepted easily by Beckley. But Thornton regains possession. Cameron, Mooden was making the run down the road, but he didn't see him. He's played it back into the centre with Kevin Thornton. Cameron, Williams, Ben Mackey. Ben Mackey with an opportunity now. Ben Mackey tries to take it around Andre Gonzalez, and he's just couldn't divert it into the net. He drags his shot wide. And United's best chance of the match goes begging. And United have not had an awful lot of opportunities. But it's now United 0, Coleshill 2. And in all honesty, there are no signs at the moment of a United comeback. And there is a goal at the Ricoh Arena. And the Sky Blues lead Bolton Wanderers by 1-0. And it's the captain for the day, Marcus Tudgay, who has found the net. A very rare goal for Marcus Tudgay. But Coventry City lead at the Ricoh Arena against Bolton Wanderers. And we could be about to see our first win in over 2 months. So it certainly is a happy new year at the Ricoh Arena so far. Less than so here at Sphinx Drive for Coventry United, with the Red and Greens down by 2-0 against Coleshill. And there's even more bad news for Coventry United. We can see a United man down on the far side. It looks like Pierre Moodim. And the United trainer has been called over to assist Moodim. United already have a pretty bare squad. And could certainly do without the issue of another injury, especially to a player as crucial as Pierre Moodim. He's been one of United's players of the season so far. Let's give them both managers a chance to call conference with their players. I imagine that Terry Anderson's chat with his playing staff is a little bit less harmonious than Coleshill's. But the score here at Sphinx Drive remains Coventry United 0, Coleshill Town 2. The good news for fans of local sport is that Coventry City lead Bolton by 1-0 thanks to Marcus Tudgay just before half-time. It's the only thing that local sport fans are cheering about at the moment. And of course Coventry City picking up their first point of the season against Peterborough on New Year's Eve. Their first point in exactly 2 months. And let's hope for the Sky Blues' sake that they can hang on to this lead. And we are seeing now Jean de Corey warming up, just in case Moodim is unable to continue. It looks like he will be okay. It does indeed look as if Moodim will be okay to continue as we head towards half-time. Another couple of minutes of normal time, plus I'd say another 2 minutes of injury time. And it will be a drop ball. Uncontested. Mackey plays it straight back to Paul halfway in the Coleshill goal. Hoosted away towards Carruthers. That's a poor first touch from the Coleshill winger, and it goes straight out for a United throw on this near side. Valance looking for an option. He's only really got one there with Chris Cox. In fact, now Glasgow's there with him, but he's decided to stick with his throw to Cox. It wasn't a great one, and now Coleshill come away with the ball. Here's Nadat scorer of the first goal. Here's Carivers, scorer of the second goal. Cross blocked by a sliding Ben Valence, and it will be a Coleshill corner on this near side. Well, the temperature's certainly dropped over the past couple of minutes, and the atmosphere has as well, as the Coventry United fans are concerned. They're not too happy with the start their team have made, and who can blame them? Wheels corner towards the far post. Fishwick nearly got there, just glanced past the defender, couldn't get the clean contact on it. And Cocktail to dispossess Dean Rathbone. Here's Mackie. Williams was in space on the left, and Mackie's ball towards Williams was a very poor one. It was intercepted, but United come away with the ball once again after poor passing in the midfield by Coleshill. Glasgow plays it back to Jamie Coleman in defence, and United have got to build from the back once again. Here's Ben Valence. Ships it over, looking for Ben Mackie, and Evans puts it out for a Coventry United throw. Williams tapping it over the line. And it will be Ben Valence to take the throw. Here's Chris Cox, back to Valence as Coleshill close in. It's back to Chris Cox, can he get the cross in? He can, towards the far post where Courtney Cameron is waiting. Quainer able to find Mikael Beckley, and Coleshill should get this one away. In fact, no, Courtney Cameron getting stuck in there and earns a throw into Coventry United on the far side. Good persistent work there from the former Aston Villa youngster. Mudim finds Cameron. It's returned to the right back. Cross is put in. Receives a deflection there. It's headed away, but only as far as Pierre Mudim, who's able to hold off Evans. He's through. There's a penalty, and Pierre Mudim was dragged down by Quainer. And Coleshill may well have gotten away with that one, as Quainer held onto the arm of Pierre Mudim. I've got to think the Coleman are lucky to get away with that one, but here they come. They're looking for a third goal. Carivers. Rathbone. Gonzalez in space on the right hand side. Chips it into the area looking for Jordan Nada. He turns, goes to the ground, and once again nothing given as Tommy Glasgow able to find Courtney Cameron in space on the right hand side. Cameron looks for an option. Glasgow. Now Pierre Mudim chips it over the back line looking for Ben Mackie, who is onside, but he was being held by Evans. United regain possession just inside Coleshill's half, where Ben Valence tries to find Mackie, but Andre Gonzalez makes the crucial interception, and Nadat plays it out for a. In fact, it's going to be a. It is going to be a Coventry United throw. Coleshill were questioning the decision. And this should be the end of the first half, another minute or so. Glasgow able to take it away from Rathbone. Glasgow taken out though by Carivers. Here's Jordan Nadat. A third goal for Coleshill could well put the game to bed before the half-time whistle. Valence just able to keep the ball away. Long ball forward, looks for Courtney Cameron. Beaten to the ball by Quainer. Valence picks up the loose ball, chips it towards the right. Cameron, good chest control. Lays it on the plate for Pierre Mudim. Mudim with two, Coleshill men in front of him. Lays it off to Kevin Thornton. Will he strike one from here? He will. It's a rather tame effort from the United number 7. Really sums up the red and green's half. And it remains at 2-0. And you got to say the scoreline certainly reflects the game. Coleshill much the better side with the better chances throughout. You just can't seem to string anything coming together. Coming up front. Rathbone makes the clearance. And that's the end of the first half here at Sphinx Drive. And, well, it may not be the happiest of New Year's after that, as Coventry United fall 2 goals behind at Sphinx Drive against Coleshill. Jordan Nadat and Corey Carivers with the goals and a very disappointing opening 45 minutes for Coventry United. Hopefully things will get better in the second half for the Red and Greens, but that's where we're going to leave you for the first half here at Sphinx Drive. We're going to take a short break now to swap over the laptop batteries to ensure we can bring you the second half of this game in its entirety. So do not go anywhere. Coventry United Match Day will be back in 10 minutes.